So I believe that these data and creativity, they work very well together. And they should all have their own space as well. Because more and more what I see is that sometimes the data is taking out the creativity power because it's just only about algorithms and it shouldn't be like that.
Cześć, nazywam się Daniel Zieliński. Jestem założycielem i prowadzę spółkę QAbird. Świadczymy serwisy i consulting w obszarach quality assurance, big data, automatyzacja procesów. Dla kogo moje treści? Dla specjalistów IT, dla menadżerów, dla testerów i data inżynierów. Walor edukacyjny z solidną dawką humoru. Zapraszam. Hi everyone. Again today, I'm very happy to introduce João Delicado, second time in our video podcast. Welcome, João.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure to have you back. Today we will be talking about branding again, but we will focus on IT companies. We'll talk about IT companies in Poland, especially. Why you should be investing in branding and how to do it the right way. So, João, I'm very happy that we do it again. During the first episode, we're actually describing very broadly the branding concept, what it consists of,
Exactly.
what to focus on. You gave some good tips and advices to our audience, which I'm sure they're gonna see as a huge value in it. And today I want to give some more details, this like some little minutiae, as we call it, as far as IT companies. So before pandemic times, as far as IT companies that are providing services on the global level, on the local level here in our country, only the big players were paying attention to branding strategy and like investing a lot in marketing campaigns, in video creation and so on. The smaller players, even the companies that were like in a size of, 300, 200, 100, they were focused mainly on the employer branding, which was their main, let's say, objective. And the reason why it was simple. At that time, it was hard to find solid employees because the A players were all gone. The situation was like that everybody wanted to earn more money. So it was just a matter of giving better conditions to the person to just change the company. So that's one context. The economy in the Europe was like this, that these services, these, let's say, super experienced developers or testers or data engineers, I mean the usual cost of the service from Poland comparing to other countries in Europe, we were cheaper.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why it was selling by itself. Yeah. So it was fairly easy to actually sell the service to outside of Poland because it was driven by the price. Now, what is happening, and the crisis touched not only Poland, of course, but the whole Europe. The situation is different. Like the cost of the services from Poland, because the salaries of our employees went crazy in IT industry, and we know that. So what happened? These countries, the clients from other countries, were saying like, it doesn't matter if it was like Sweden, France, or Germany. They were saying like, oh, you are the price wise, you're no longer competitive. That's the one thing. And before, of course, when El Dorado was happening, no one was like taking care of the branding or marketing or this video creation, because that was presumed, or it was actually like that for management of the companies, it was like super high cost. And it was not necessary for the company because anyway, they were making huge profits and it wasn't needed. Now economy is actually in recovery phase, and still these companies that are, let's say, in a tough situation financially, Polish services like were and are expensive comparing to other countries. lead to the situation that it's hard to sell. So whenever there is a tough situation, the first elements that are being cut from the budget is the marketing, is the PR, of course, and the branding. Yeah, so these are the elements that are being cut by the management, and this is the boost and driver for the sales. So it should be the other way around, actually. Yeah?
It should be always the way around. Actually, it's quite complex. Like how can that be? Like how come that like the first thing that gets cut off is like the communication, the marketing and stuff when the times of crisis are coming? Because then everybody's paralyzed and it's stuck. And then how can you keep it being sold if you stop communicating that you are selling something?
That's true, because when
you need to keep
El Dorado
selling.
ends, and for example, you had like 10 good clients for many, many years, and they're gone.
Yeah.
When they're gone, you're gone, because no one knows that you exist.
No one knows. So if you are the only one communicating, you are raising the chances, because suddenly it's like, yes, it's like you have your stage now. Before you were dividing with 20, 30 people on the stage. Now you can be the only player. So why aren't you taking the advantage of that? So it's kind of like paradox. Yeah,
that's true.
But for example, if you were saying that before what was strong in Poland was price, so you had great professionals and for a very competitive price.
So skill set and knowledge were really high, like top notch in worldwide even. Yeah. So on this level.
But then
low price. Yeah, we comparing to other countries and other regions like, I don't know, India market or Asia market, right?
Super competitive. Yeah,
super competitive. Also good English and this dedication, right, and commitment to deliver. Yeah, so that was outstanding.
Yeah,
but then the price started to raise up.
So what would you say that now that the prices are up and you are not so competitive price-wise, what would you say that it's like the general look or overlook on the situation right now of the Polish IT companies? What are their strong points right now? Should we go more, okay, since we cannot go more to the price, it's not a selling point right now. What could make a Polish IT company be interesting in terms of skill set that other countries don't have? Also soft skills, not only technical skills, but also soft skills maybe. Would you feel like something that, generically speaking, could be a strong value for or strong point, technically or soft skills or something that you could be like, oh, we are better than, so higher has?
I think it's really hard to generalize, and it should be like this, that each company has to look at themselves and at their portfolio.
Yeah.
And to answer a simple question, what is the best that we are good at? And just focus on this, right? Because there were many companies that were doing like everything. Yeah. Like
super
you wanted
generic.
this, like, I don't know, from this to that, from A to Z. It doesn't matter what type of technology you want. Mobile development, you need something that is web development related, backend, like interfaces, everything, big data. We are doing it all.
One shop.
Even the IT, I don't know, if IT co-related stuff, like, I don't know, invoicing in IT or whatever, anything can be done by us. If you are good at everything,
you're not good in nothing.
That's true.
Yeah.
So basically, my advice would be to focus on quite a few, the less is more, I think, services or consulting areas that you can actually either package, or you can just say that you are a player in the domain, and then showcase the value, right? That you will solve the problem of something of your clients, and that's actually they can rely on you. So by doing this, you will actually make that the price is not the first factor when the decision-making process happens. And you are not like right away eliminated from the list, because you are a solid partner, you know what you're doing, and actually you are like in terms of the skill set, you know exactly how to do it. And even if the per hour price is higher, you will do it, for example, faster. And then there is a difference, right? Because if the project is, I don't know, someone else estimated it for 2 months, and your team will deliver that in like less than I don't know 5 weeks or 6 weeks, then it might be cheaper. Yeah, so try to do it differently. Think about some strategic ideas, how to showcase that you are an expert in the domain or in a few domains. And then in order to showcase that, so first of all, you need to, that's the strategy part, right? And then focus on the branding. So actually to make sure that people see what you are doing. And maybe you can give some examples of how actually this has to be done in terms of consistent approach. Because for example, in my case, I find LinkedIn as a good example of being communication-wise and marketing-wise, a company that is actually, active and reminding to the clients and also like to the audience of a community of LinkedIn what you are actually doing. This is the cheapest. You can also focus on the type of content you are actually adding, right? Because written content and of course images, that is a part of communication and strategy, like a part of the brand book and stuff. We mentioned everything like that in the previous episode. But you can actually use video.
You can.
As a content of communication. Great example, there are companies like Vibrant, Video Może Więcej. These guys, great guys, we work with them.
Yeah, we work with them.
They're doing amazing job. They're based in Gdańsk and doing amazing stuff. And actually by engaging the right people, the right company, you're doing you can stand out from the crowd and make it different among the content at LinkedIn.
Exactly. That's the beauty of the video, for example. With video, you can communicate and go further than just the text, because more and more the people don't have time to just look at it. They are scrolling and even the way that you begin the video matters, because you might have like a lifespan of 3 seconds or 4 or 5 seconds that you really need to kick in with probably like something that will just hang the people's attention, because the scroll is so fast that you gotta be also quick, like you look almost. So in the video thing, you can create cool stuff that the people can either watch it if they have time, and even like just cross it to a podcast. That is what we are doing right now, actually. Because like when the people are commuting, when they are just like going and strolling around the city, or just walking out the dog or something, like they can learn from something. So these formats are more and more part of like the nowadays communication. So it's not enough just to talk and just like making huge texts. No. And this matters also, for example, for the IT companies, for example, when they are just trying to sell their product, and imagine that they have their website and stuff. So when they are just like talking what they are doing and showing their expertise, like you were telling, it's important to just shape your storytelling in a nice way. So first put yourself in the public's ears and see what your persona would like to know about. How can you just like go there where she's needing something? And if you're communicating, do it shortly. Like let's give the power to the people. So don't put like a huge text that nobody will read, even like the half of it. So just like make small paragraphs and like, read, you want to know more? Click here. Yeah. So just give the power to the people so that they're like, okay, just hang, and then like let them discover by themselves. Or for example, just like build like a storyline of like, okay, you want to start like here. So probably you are making something like a hello or something like some kind of like easygoing approach. So for example, many websites, for example, they start with a video, which is wonderful. It depends on the way that you want to show what you do. But many times, for example, it can be inspirational video. But if you have a product that is like physical product, probably you will go more into beauty shots. What are the beauty shots? Are like, for example, you are like making like the close-ups. So very, very like, let's say, could be like Apple style or something that is super like beautiful to watch, and will create a mood already for your brand. Like, hey, these guys are communicating very well, very, very well. Or for example, like a necklace, like if it's like a jewelry thing, you are getting the details.
Yeah.
And they are putting already the people in the mood for, they are doing it in a nice way.
This is connected to this experience thing, and you want that you will stand out.
Yeah.
And but doing this, plus also the consistency, right? Because when, for example, you create content, either it's a LinkedIn or it's a YouTube channel or Spotify podcast, you need to do it frequently. Yeah, there is nothing like that, for example, you will do it once, like a video of showcasing of how great we are.
Yes.
Like this,
No, this...
we can do this and that, and we are the best, because it won't actually bring the results you are looking for.
No.
The thing you need to show to people your values, and video is not easy to do it.
No, it's not.
It can reveal very quickly if you are telling the truth and what is the synergy between people, team members, and stuff. So it's not easy, right?
It's not easy.
So one thing, being consistent and not look at the numbers, and don't judge the sales department too soon that there are no results, because it requires time, right? In our case, for example, we said, okay, we are starting some activities with our videos, but we will start evaluating the baseline. So then checking the numbers, the data, and everything. We are data focused, right? So,
yes.
So this matters for us, and we want to do it after 1 year. Not sooner.
But it's like, it's never like starting today and the results will appear tomorrow. And this is like something that all the people from the IT companies, they already know, probably, because they know like all the algorithms that are done in a way that is like monetization of like either Google or any social media, let's say. They are making it tougher and tougher and tougher to just like get the results. Before might be easier, now it's like monetization comes in, and then it's now things take time. So you either can grow it like organically and you just like don't pay for it. So like the more you post, the more you will be relevant, and you will show up to more people that have the same interests as your company is working on. But if you want to be faster, they are doing things in such a way that you need to pay. Going back to the thing with the video, what video brings is like that other side that the people cannot see. For example, in the IT world, you can show more than your employers having fun. You can show the process behind anything related with the data. For example, how is your brainstorming process? How do you research? And you can have it like in the first person talking about it. Like here in our IT company, research and development is hugely important. We invest like this amount of time because we want to do it right. This is what I do, for example. And then, of course, like this wouldn't be a video for the start of the website because we cannot have audio, but then we can have it in LinkedIn or in YouTube or in everything. So everything has their own place and their own timing. So you can go on like the process of like working, how the things are working there. Give power to your employees. Let them speak. Let them
to empower them.
Don't
this
show
is
them
the magic.
just like doing things. If you give a stage to your own employees, you are valuing them a lot. You are letting people know how they are, because all in all, we are all people. So we connect like with the way that the people like talk.
And this
stuff.
is actually employer branding as well, but employer branding is being done by itself. By your values, and you are the whole company speaks one voice, right?
Humanize your brand. Don't show just what they are doing, just give them the voice. So that the people can even like, and even sometimes it's interesting to give like extra things that are not actually related. For example, there is a wonderful design brand that not only they are showcasing their works, but for example, they are sharing playlists in the Spotify, for example.
Like a music list, right?
Music list that probably was done by their own employees.
Yeah.
Sometimes from time to time, I want to do some work and stuff. I just grab their own Spotify list. I have plenty of Spotify lists. This is a way of branding itself. Like, hey, those guys are doing a nice work. They were posting this Spotify. Let me see. And suddenly I'm contacting with a brand that I didn't need to. They're not selling me nothing directly. They're just saying how cool they are. So sometimes it's nice that you are just like giving gifts to other people without nothing in exchange. So don't think about just selling. Be close. Give them away some things.
So that's why the video creation and the content creation on LinkedIn is actually driven by creating the content that brings value.
Yeah.
For the larger audience. This is really important.
Yeah.
And by doing that in IT space, and for example, in IT companies that are based in Poland, that's why I said we're going to check what was the impact of us investing in video creation and this type of communication on LinkedIn in a year from now, because I'm like far away from saying that, hey, this post got 3,000 views, another one got, 20,000 views, because it really depends on if you understand your brand. You can get even only 300, but 1 or 2 or 3 from these 300 viewers might be a decision makers who will buy the service from you in 6 months from now or in 12 months from now, because the content that you gave them, they're convinced that you know what you're doing. And when they will be scaling up, or the right project that is actually touching the elements you are providing, they will let you know, hey, I need your help.
Yeah.
I saw that you're an expert. I would love to engage you. And this is the best actually way of selling, that you are not selling tons of emails like prospecting, stuff like that. And just give the people something without secret agenda and saying that we are the best in everything. And then it will come back.
Yeah. This is the power of data actually nowadays. More and more data are getting more important for decision making. So I think that would be one of the values of the QAbird as a partner for any business. Is like sometimes we have the data, but sometimes we cannot even know where to start, or how can I get some insight from this?
And sometimes it's like this, that there is so much data from different data sources that you are feeling lost.
Yeah.
And in order to make something out of this data, you need a solid technological partner who knows what to do and how.
And how do you do usually? Like you are...
Like we are focusing, one of our key legs and key focuses is data. And we provide services and consulting for large companies and also like medium-sized companies and smaller companies here in Poland, but also globally. What we do, we are actually learning from the best. Yeah, we are partnering with Databricks, for example. This is the strategic partnership we've got. We are building solutions that are based on the newest technologies that are very efficient in terms of price, in terms of what you can get out of that. It's like this, that we are helping our clients to get to get the best what they can, and then they don't have to know what are the tools that they need and so on. We are focusing on their problems. They're saying, hey, I'm having problem with this. I know that I have the data, but I would love to get here. So how, can you help me? And then we love these type of projects where when we enter as a consultant company, and we are delivering the whole project by building all the elements in between, from data connections through the transformations to the visual part, distribution, the data to I don't know, other downstreams to enable, I don't know, iPad applications or web applications and so on.
So all driven by the maximum efficiency for their business.
Efficiency for the businesses.
All right.
Because right now the technology is so reachable. I mean, using the lake house and the data lake approaches in the technology, you pay by DBUs, by some units that you are using and consuming, amount of data that you are processing. There are many factors.
Yeah.
But in the end, the entry point is super low. So to establish environment on technology like Azure, I mentioned Databricks, so in this case Azure.
Yeah.
Set up all of the components like key vaults and so on. This is fairly cheap. Yeah. It's not like the 10 people company cannot afford that. It's very cheap. It's cheaper than the license of Office 365.
That's cool. Like more and more what I see when I look at the creative world is that we are getting more and more driven by data. And this is the great advantage than, for example, going to TV. Because the TV doesn't give you feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So you just like paying a huge amount of money, but you never have the feedbacks. So this was where the social media entered, and suddenly you could measure how successful you could be when you're producing a video or something like that. You could create insights. You could create, you can get to know like what kind of people were liking your video or something like that. And this will be a powerful tool for the creative industry to have insights. Okay, this is working here.
That's true.
Working there. So I believe that these data and creativity, they work very well together.
Mm-hmm.
And they should all have their own space as well. Because more and more what I see is that sometimes the data is taking out the creativity power because it's just only about algorithms, and it shouldn't be like that, because it's a wonderful tool and a powerful tool for the data, for the creativity, but it should never kill the creativity in that sense that if everybody will have the same results, then it's easy to go on always the same formula.
That's true. And then when it comes to, let's say, because we started from the IT companies and the branding, it is important to do this, to invest in the tough times into branding, into marketing, because it will boost sales anyway, and clients sooner or later will come to you. And then, of course, data, because without understanding what's the data you have, even if it's like marketing content, and what are the people's reaction to it, you don't know if this is working or not. And then you can analyze whether, like, what was good, what was wrong, and then you continue, right? And you grow. So that's the kind of flow,
super
right?
powerful.
That's the flow. But the first thing is like, hey, you are not doing this, so you should be doing that. Go to the experts. That's like we mentioned. For example, in our case, Vibrant Video Może Więcej. And then once you are doing that, be consistent, right? Not create like one video with, I don't know, success story and just like repeat it every week, because they will like shut you down or remove from LinkedIn because they will be fed up. But create something that is unique, that is actually showing constantly what you are doing to our clients. And sooner or later, when the project will come, it will come.
Yes, it's a very important thing what you said, because like, for example, when you have an IT company or something and you want to show what you do, sometimes you want to show volume and you want to show that you do a lot of things, or you want to show all your projects. Mistake. Select what you want to show, because what you will show is the kind of clients that you will get, because they saw you do something, but you might not want to do something similar like you did. So sometimes it's better to just showcase like 5 than 50. If the 5 are very good, because if the 5 are really good, and if you feel proud of it, and if you want to go on that type of client, just stick with it. Just sell it, because the people will buy what you're showing. So be wise. Don't put all the things that you make, and just select the best ones and go on that way. It's better less, but better. And you're positioning yourself, because if you have like not so interesting things, people will go for that because they saw that.
Yeah, very good. So how can we summarize this episode? What would be the key areas? What we would like to, let's say, leave as a gift to the audience, right? Like some tips to the Polish IT companies.
Like, in short, for the IT companies, like, just do your homework. Check what you're good with. Just start promoting it either with video production just to showcase more stuff that you're doing. How are you doing? Keep things relevant and interesting because people don't have time to read. And secondly, just choose like the best project that you have because it will filter also your best clients or the type of clients that you want to impact. So be wise and select less because less is more. So don't showcase everything. Then start producing content constantly to just like overcome a little bit the algorithms that are filtering and like make you like how the monetization comes. So just keep posting, just be like relevant to your audience.
Keep up with doing that.
Keep up doing that. Like don't think that the things will appear tomorrow because they won't. It takes time. So be persistent. It will take some time, but it will pay off, even if the things get worse. So just keep on focus, do the right thing, keep your levels high, keep your values visible for everybody, and maybe you will be much more stable for sure.
And then two more points, analyze your data and then make adjustments and do this like constantly, invest because sooner or later it will pay off.
Yeah.
Give yourself time and then observe how it boosts your sales.
This is the best thing because right now it was never as easy to just see how the results are going. And if you have a partner also that can help you out with the data, then you don't need to be afraid because if you don't know how to read the data, you can. And then it's easy to make the decisions, the wiser decisions, and then it's all about testing and trying and see because something can work now, tomorrow cannot be. And then comes up the creativity and then you can make like a difference. So that.
Thank you, João. It was very interesting episode today. A lot of solid information that we passed to our audience. Thank you very much for today. Hoping to have you again, flying from Portugal to
I will.
Gdańsk. Thank you so much. Yes, our guest, João Delicado, was here with us today. If you have any comments or questions, or maybe you would like to hear more, write in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit subscribe button and to like our content and see you soon. Thank you very much.
Ciao, papa. Dziękuję bardzo. Obrigado.
Obrigado.